Welcome to Freaky Recaps. Today I saw you one thriller and mystery movie. So don't skip the video. Movies start with a girl, Ever, who was an average girl with low self-esteem, waiting at home for her best friend Tamra. While having jam bread, her mom was going to be ready for duty, and told her that always make a good choices in life, and left from there. Meantime Tamra reached there for pick up her for going to field trip. Seeing Ever's clothes, Tamra tells her that, we are going on a field trip, not on a funeral. When Ever asked to change clothes, Tamra refused because it was late. While driving, Tamra asked Ever to take out her jacket and show some hormones to people. While talking, Tamra hit a boy with her car, and that boy went to the garbage. While Ever went out for check, she noticed that boy was her classmate Randall. At first Randall brushes them off, but on seeing Tamra, he becomes pleased and forgives her. Ever then initiates to help Randall, to pick up his belongings that fell of his backpack, but Randall stops her and saying he can do it himself. Suddenly a strawberry drink flies toward Randall's chest. On that road the school bullies, Danny and his two bully members start laughing at Randall in their car. Danny is the one who threw that drink. Meanwhile that bully girl invites Tamra to ride with them, but Tamra declines that offer and explains she's with Ever. After some time the best friends, the bullies and other student arrives at campus, where high school teacher Lorenzo supervises as students board a bus for a field trip, and collecting smartphones from the student and put it into his bag. Ever boards with her best friend Tamra. When it's Wayne's turn, Lorenzo also asked for his phone. By hearing that Wayne got nerves, then Lorenzo told him that he was joking, because Wayne is the driver of that bus. By seeing Randall's t-shirt, Lorenzo asked about it, but Randall refuses to say and board on the bus. In bus by seeing Randall, Denny told him that was the perfect design on t-shirt. All the student board on the bus, and they start their journey for the forest. En route Professor Lorenzo falls asleep in the bus, while student chatter. Strangely, bus driver takes a different route, and land the bus in a land crate. The bus bounces, which caused the professor to wake up and realize that the driver take a wrong route. He shouts on the driver that they are going on a wrong path, and the driver tries to brush his bullshit off. While they argue, some unexpected blood burst on the glass of bus, caused the driver Wayne to crash the bus in a forest. The forest was foggy, and everyone in the bus barely seen out to the surroundings. Everyone is injured from the bus crash. Due to this Tamra get cut on her lips, and that bully girl's nose nearly broken. Professor advised that girl to take a jacket and cover that wound, but Ever gives her a pad so she can cover it. Only then the students notice that there is someone outside. A sound started coming from the top of the bus and everyone thinks that there is someone on top of the bus. Suddenly an emergency radio broadcast warns of a nearby chemical attack, and they are warned to keep all the windows and doors closed. The professor tells him to turn off the radio. Ever then looks out of window to survey the R, when someone suddenly plasters blood on the window. And then that professor noticed that metalhead behind that bus door, and he knocked the door twice. Professor asked that driver to open the door, but all those students refused to open away, and driver also agree with student. But that professor want to help him, so he opened the door. The professor thought that the man was injured in the bus collision. The students sitting on the first seat started walking backwards. But that professor don't know that he was not injured in bus collision. That metalhead enter in the bus and savagely mauls professor. By seeing that all the student try to escape from the bus. But that metalhead starts savagely mauls every student. Candace tried to came out from that bus, and Ever tried to pull her out but failed. All that tried to run from there, and reached at a middle of forest. But there were still many students in the grip of that metalhead. They were all very scared. There Randall tells everyone to hide in a shelter, so that he can escape from the man-eater. They all started running towards that shelter, and the Denny falls there on the body of that animal. There the bully girl tells Denny that she has come here for extra points and what is happening. While walking all hearing some sounds and Randall asked them to take left. Where all reached at one abandoned building. There Steven tells everyone that it was told in the emergency broadcast that those people are everywhere, and we have to lock the doors and window. So all that decide to take shelter in that building. All that start collecting weapon and block the door and windows. Ever hear the voice of Candace. Ever attempts to help Candace when she tries to join everyone in the building. But the other students deem rescuing her too risky, so they let Metalhead attack Candace again. Meantime Wayne tries to break the door. It's look like Wayne also seemingly mutated into a zombie. They all are stuck between Wayne and Metalhead, but somehow they escaping from there, and lock themselves into one room. Classmates who were also apparently transformed capture Hunt and try to attack. Randall start making a way to run out from there, and Denny and Hunt try to stop them, and in that time other leave the room. But Denny failed and save Hunt from that man-eater. All that regroup in a room where they find mannequins dressed to resemble them, realizing someone has specifically targeted all of them. Wayne suddenly attacks again and Denny try to stop him but failed, but Randall beats him. Danny begins transforming after being stabbed with something during the commotion. Wayne rises to tackle Danny through a window onto the ground outside. Initially all those thinking that Danny was dead, but surprisingly Danny contorts and runs off. When Randall tells everyone to stay inside a building, Ever in turn says no, we have to go to the bus and call for help with our cell phones. So she finds some gas cans and tie it, and threw it on a car, so that car get blast. And all of the infected classmate comes there. By take chance Ever and Steven run towards bus, and find cell phones. But all the cell phones breaks. The atmosphere perfect for a hormone hide and seek. Ever and Steven lean closer together for a smelly kiss without using their tongs. But a beeping from a radio catches Ever's attention, and Ever approaches to the radio, and discovering that the emergency broadcast was actually a tape recording. Everything that happening that's set up by someone. Unexpectedly Steven injects Ever from behind with a syringe. As Ever loses consciousness, Steven apologizes to her, saying that she isn't supposed to find out the truth. Ever seen that Randall joining Steven on the bus, showing that they're the mastermind of this plan. This is the turning point of the movie. Randall enlisted Steven for a scheme modeled after Scared Straight, where they would stage a zombie attack to get revenge on their bullies, while looking like heroes to Tamara and Ever. And Randall and Steven start planning for that, where Chip was also in this plan, who was playing role of that metalhead. Chip creates a dangerous drug to make people behave like zombies. After seeing Chip, Ever remembers that she saw Chip on the college campus. It's revealed that Chip was a former student of that college, where Wayne also integrate in this plan. In this scene we seen that someone threw a blood balloon on the bus. They would plan for everything, but Ever know the reality. Back to the scene, Chip tells Steven that Ever will soon be sober and won't remember anything. But Ever was listening to all those things. For his safety, Randall told Steven that whoever alive in this place, we had to kill them otherwise we would all go to jail. Back in the present, Randall brings Steven back to the building, to check on the students they injected and took captive, including Danny and Hunt. On the bus, Ever thinks that, if she hasn't done anything yet, they will kill her. And Ever gathers enough strength to use a boombox to beat Chip. And she run toward that building to save lives of her classmates. Outside of that cage, Tamara finds Randall, where Randall lies that zombies killed Ever. After Steven secretly injects the captive students with more of Chip's drug, Randall arms Tamara, Ryan, and JC with weapons as he rallies them to kill their supposedly transformed classmates. Ever suddenly interrupts to tell everyone the truth about Randall and Steven's plot, and told that they had give us a drug so we all look like a zombie. Tamara hits Randall, who inadvertently reveals a vanity mural he previously painted that depicts him and Steven as mythic heroes saving Tamara and Ever from zombified bullies. Where Steven tries to inject that drug to Ever, but Denny pull his hand and all that infected students start beating Steven. With the secret now fully exposed, Ever's allies rescue Danny and lock Steven in a cage with Hunt and the other ravenous zombies. Randall take his sword and try to kill Ever, but that bully girl threw a rod to Ever and she tried to protect herself. Tamara also comes in this fighting where Randall breaks Tamara's bat with his sword, and tried to kill her but Denny came in between and the sword hit him. Ever takes a makeshift Freddy Krueger glove, that Chip created, to stab Randall with several syringes of the drug. Randall reforms as a zombie. Tamara, JC, Candace, and another rescued young woman team up to take Randall down, with Ever finishing him off. 4 to 5 hours later they tied up Wayne with the bus, where Wayne say that shame on such a life. Where Ever's tied up Steven and Randall, and takes Denny in one trolley. After everyone boards the bus to leave, they discover Professor Lorenzo is still alive. Weeks later, PDA worker Ms. Operative visits Randall and Steven in prison, explaining that the PDA is bringing back the Scared Straight program, and invites them to be the masterminds. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video please give a like to this video, and also don't forget to subscribe my channel.